Hey, hello, welcome to Building with Blanco. Today we're going to build ourselves a nice wood production plant, and I think I have just a place where we want to build that. You see, if we just come over here, on the other side of the hut, there's another little island, and I think over there, we can make something that'll work out famously for us. Again, I want to try to keep in the same little theme of us not having everything just jammed into one spot. We're going to make nice little huts for our different productions. Obviously, the trees we're not going to grow inside. That's kind of ridiculous, especially for how big certain trees can get, like the spruce. But I want to be able to process that in buildings, making everything from wood, planks, and other different various bits and bobs that could be made out of wood. All right, so let's head over to our place where our little island where we'll build this, and get a good feel for how we can lay this out. Yeet. Just over yonder, on that little island there. I say little, it's actually a decent size, but I've already been harvesting some trees for what we've needed for the other factory over here. I might as well just take the rest of this down, and then we can lay it out how we want. It'd be nice, it's nice and close, and I think at the end of the day, when we start eventually hooking up our trains, we can make nice little bridges to get around to over there. Might be able to join that somewhere in between the two. And the upside to our, somewhat modest home being here, believe these should be close enough that most of this will be rendered in from our main island. And even if not, then, we'll just start looking into the possibility of chunk loaders. We're getting ahead of ourselves here. For now, I think what we should probably start working on is tearing down this forest to make room for our factory. Well, I'll get around to that, and you just sit back and enjoy the show. All right, now that we cleared all the trees out of here, we actually have to go on a little adventure because, I'm going to need some super glue for some of the contraptions I'm going to need to operate here to chop our trees down. Oh, would you look at the time? It's getting late. You're so sleepy. So sleepy that I gotta go sleep. There, sleep, sleep. Speaking of which, hey, now that we cut all of that down, this is what we got out of it. We got a decent amount of oak wood, bunch of saplings. This will work out good. I do want to grow some spruce wood, so we are gonna have to go and get some saplings. Luckily for us, we got plenty of spruce trees over there. Figure if I can get like a stack or two, there should be enough to get this whole thing started. Let's gotta get some ferns. We gotta get everything we need to make some super glue. Yeah, we'll go on a little adventure over there, cut down some of that, and then I'll be back with you shortly. All right, so we want to bury our tracks, so that way we don't have to look at them. They're kind of ugly. Plus, it helps keep things nice and clean. Add some redstone torches so that we can use powered rails. And make sure the contraption stays moving in both directions. Put everything in a cart assembler along with a mine cart. We just need some kind of a frame. I like to use andesite casing, so you could use wood or whatever you want. And obviously we need some saws to cut everything down. Now we got to build up a little bit so we can put deployers on the front side of it to make sure that we can replant their saplings every time we cut them down. Make sure they face the right way, which can be tricky. And to make sure that the saplings get planted where we want, we can put them in the filter. And then as it picks up saplings, it'll put them back, it'll take some out of your storage and put them in the deployer to make sure that it always replants them. And put saw blades on the back side of it so that way we can cut in both directions. And we would probably be fine and would cut one direction, but now if it's going to be moving back and forth, it might as well be doing something when it goes those ways. It took a little bit of figuring out how to make sure everything stayed together. Now to make sure we actually pick things up, we're going to need to put some kind of a storage which can consist of anything from chests to vaults, barrels. I prefer to go with vaults. Personal preference, doesn't really matter. The only difference is with the vaults, you can't actually look into it, but near as I know, you can't look into it while it's moving anyway, so it's kind of a moot point. Make sure we glue everything up. You need a portable storage interface to remove it without having to stop the machine every time. And then to get it out of the portable storage, you need a set of chutes. And that can either go onto a Trex or what have you. Belts. I mean, not Trex, belts. There you have it. Yeah, so I want to build a couple of windmills to power our little factory. We're not going to need much. We just need 2 saws, and we're going to need a little and the belts, but the belts don't cost anything to run. I think we could bury most of this underground. I don't think I'll need a fan to move some of this stuff, but we'll see where we get with that. Worst case, I might have to build a third one, but I think we'll be all right. We need to get that stuff over there to our little wood processing plant somewhere. I'm thinking up on this hill. I might have to level this out a little bit. It shouldn't be too much. It might take just maybe this top layer off, fill in this little hole here. It's going to be a decent sized footprint. We got to think about storage for our stuff, so I want to have a separate storage building. Yeah, we'll have a nice little spot to put this in. Yeah, we'll have a little time lapse for that. Enjoy. All right, now that we got all of that back together, I'll take you on a little tour, show you what we got going on here. First, we got our tree farm, or tree farms, I should say. We're growing everything here pretty much. Growing our oak, our birch, acacia. Yep. Okay, don't stand too close to that. Yeah, we got oak, birch, acacia, spruce, or cherry. Growing some dark oak over here, and then we're growing some jungle wood over here. We're feeding all of that into one main bus here. Underneath our this little catwalk here, everything's going into along this belt. We're dumping sticks actually underneath the ground. Hold on, let me show you. I really have no need to hold on to the sticks. We can get plenty of wood. We can make sticks if we need them. So yeah, just pulling it off the belt through a chute, just taking them out, and then from there, we're casting all our seed saplings and extras down, apples, all down into here, make some bone meal out of, and then we're sending everything all the way up into here. Now our first module here is just storing regular logs. And just from the time of building that, and I have been using some of the wood that we've been making to build, but we already have a decent amount just from that little bit. Yeah, it's a good couple of hours to do all of that. And once everything goes through, it comes through, got down the chute, shoots over here. I didn't realize, because I didn't read the recipes, that in order to make planks, you can't just use regular logs. You have to strip them first. So, sending everything over here to get stripped, and then we're holding on to stripped logs, and we're even getting a decent amount of these. This is all basically set up that all of this fills up first before it starts on to the next process. And then once that's all full and everything comes through there, then it comes down to a series of belts and chutes and fans underneath the ground, obviously. We're just sending everything over here to get made into planks. From all of that, we still even wound up with a decent amount of planks. Once everything comes through, anything extra for now, we're just tossing it to the fire. I don't really have a plan just yet. Maybe we'll do something other than that. And all of this is powered by these two windmills. Well, except for the contraptions here. These are powered by water wheels directly under them, and this is just a mine cart on a powered rail going back and forth. Our facilities where we're cutting and storing, and the belts and everything all ran by these two windmills and this water wheel, double water wheel, which I had to add in. I didn't originally intend to put a water wheel here, but kind of needed it. What are you going to do? But it does the job. You can see I kind of left this side open, still fairly plain. And that's because we're eventually, when we get into making rails, I wanted to come in over here and we'll make some kind of a staging area. All right, now that we got a decent supply of wood, we got a good supply of iron, we can start looking into getting brass together, because we're going to need that to start putting trains together. So I look forward to doing all of that. But I think this is where we're going to leave it for today. So I hope you liked today's video, and if you did, please leave a like and a comment. Let me know what your thoughts. And I will see you again next time. Goodbye.